Hi, good people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Time is on the dot 6 a.m. here. I just got back from morning walk. Nowadays, weather is very extreme. I've been mentioning it last few videos. Yesterday, I really took a toll on me because I did a bit extra activities in the sun. The exposure was very bad. I usually do not have the kidney issue and all that, but yesterday it was very painful, so I slept it off on most parts. So I didn't do video on the night. So woke up, drank some water, had some watermelon fruits, and then went for some steps for 1 hour, and then evening time I'll continue again. So in the meantime, I thought today I have a fragrance coming up, which is a new release. Let's keep it as a suspense. If you do watch this, I will do initial impression as soon as I get the fragrance because there's no review on that. Okay, and it's a new release from a Middle Eastern company, right? So that will happen in the middle of the day if I'm okay. In the meanwhile, I will do a list of 10 fragrances which are some of my favorite flankers. And when I say favorite flankers, it means not like of all time. There are many others which I cannot show in 10 list of 10. You understand that, right? But you pick some of your favorites, and these are not all summer fragrances or all winter. It's a mix, so you can try these. These are really good releases after the original. Okay, for example, the original was Acquadigio, then they released many other Profumo, Profondo, Essenza. So you pick one of your favorites. Maybe sometimes the some of the flankers are better than original, sometimes it's not, but they're also good. Let's go one by one. I have a few Middle Eastern in the first three. I will show you Lattafa's Khamrah, and this is Dukhan. It's already a favorite of mine, okay? And not to say this is better or worse than the OG or the Khamrah Kauha. Those are good fragrances as well, but I prefer this personally over the OG Khamrah. It's so much better blended, and it smells really nice. It's sweet. It goes to a territory of, you can say, if you like fragrances like angel share but not angel share, but if you like gourmands, chocolates, cacao, a little bit of tonka, and then a lot of these sweet elements. This is a sweet fragrance. It's very beautiful, long lasting. Everywhere I didn't find any like aspect of this fragrance which I do not like, except maybe the price will go down soon. Now it's around, I think, selling for $50 to 45 to 50, okay, like that price range. It will come down to 35 after a lot more units arrive. But really good fragrance, good for warm, like not warm, like a cooler setup with AC or winter. It will really do its magic. And I think this is a perfect fragrance to wear for dating scenario. This is called Khamrah Dukhan. Okay, really beautiful fragrance with a hint of leather somewhere. Now next one is my most favorite from this line. Most favorite, there's just no doubt about it. At this moment, it's the most favorite. Reason being, I just liked it in the winter. I wore it. It's all about experience. When you wear a fragrance a lot, then you know that if you like it or not. So this is called Hawas Fire by Rasasi. This is a very controversial release as per the so many influencers and people they like to discuss. For me, it's the best release so far from this line because it's my type of fragrance. It's sweet, it's loud, it's a kind of like Imperial Valley sort of DNA, which I never smell, by the way, but what I smell in this, I like it a lot. Very fruity, warm, mild, spicy. Maybe this sort of hint of pimento, a lot of fruits, apples, and then there's a like maybe oud that pops up later, but the oud is never like skanky or barnyard sort of oud. Very beautiful fragrance. Watch your trigger. Like do not overspray this stuff, especially in the summer. You'll get a headache. But man, this is a superb release, and I think you should get a bottle before this one disappears. High likely they may not continue this line, like this particular one. Okay, so next one is one of my favorite fragrances, flanker, which I bought first. Then I bought the original. That's French Avenue. I think called Royal Blend. Okay, that's my favorite. That's my most favorite. You saw my previous day's video. I said how much I enjoyed. That's my first, like in the top 10, my very top pick of the best out of the 23 odd fragrance I bought. So obviously you'll know this is the other one, Royal Blend Nero. I do not know if they have any more of these flankers or this line. If there are, I would like to buy and review. Such good quality. French Avenue, I give them props, man. I give them credit, respect. From out of all the Middle Eastern houses, some of them They are very affordable but sometimes synthetic, and the quality, it's sometimes alcoholy, in the opening, which is unpleasant. But then many others are doing also good, but for the price versus presentation, quality, longevity, this house is giving you quality. If you're spending 55, $60 even after these, there's no regret. This is beautiful. This is more darker take. This cap, this, I'm not very big fan. Okay, this fragrance lasts and lasts and lasts. This is the darker take, means at first, oh my god, what is the cat? Okay, so this thing at first will seem like this and the Royal Blend are kind of similar and it's redundant. I thought so at first, Then when I tried them side by side, then I saw on the dry down, this one develops to be more dark, and there's a date note. It goes more Middle Eastern esque, yeah, like more Middle Eastern type. Then the Royal Blend. Royal Blend goes more towards angel share. I mean, almost one-on-one take, but this one, I think it's a Sava. I think Imperial Valley Sava, that fragrance is dupe, but I never tried that, so I cannot comment. But this bottle and this juice is gorgeous. It's glorious. Okay, so this one is the last one of the Middle Eastern type. So this three. So this is called Royal Blend Nero by French Avenue. So number 7 is one of my favorite flankers. I was not very big fan of the OG. I liked it at first, but then the overbearing rhubarbness, means that rhubarb note, kind of spoiled it for me, and there was like kind of sour on my skin. So I sold off that one, and I tested this one, which is called H24, and this is the EDP version. I think Eau de Parfum. I think so. I forget the names nowadays. So many flankers. Yeah, this is the EDP. So I got the massive 170 something ml bottle, because I love overspraying this stuff. This thing already doesn't need overspraying. I enjoy this in the summer. This is very green. Some people say oak mossy, like very green, fresh, unique. And the rhubarb note is there, but there's also a hint of spice, which makes it more masculine and more prominent. The performance is not lackluster no more. So it's better performer than the EDT, but I think it makes more statement. It's more masculine, and many people prefer this over the OG. This fragrance is not loved by all. And I can tell you one thing, this fragrance will not be preferred by many fragrance enthusiasts who are just new in the game, who love their citruses, sweets. But many people are not big fan of green, aromatic, or that almost goes to the barbershop style. Not everybody likes that. This is not barbershop, but the greenness in this is pure beautiful, like juice. Once you grow your nose mature, this kind of fragrance will make so much more sense. Hermes is one house. There's some of them have like lacking in performance. They're like very spotty longevity, especially like what's that fragrance, orange vert, essence orange vert, I forgot the name, but those colorful bottles, they don't last. Rhubarb, and the ones that I did, what is the other one, there is this garden in something, anyway. So Unjard and Surlenil, they're great, but do not last. This fragrance does perform a lot. Check it out, especially if you like the OG but you want better performance. H24 EDP. Next one, another big bottle. I love these big bottles because they serve me better and better value. Versace Dylan Blue. This is what it's known by, but it also is similar shape to Versace Purom. So this is Versace Purom Dylan Blue. So in a way, this is a flanker to the line. I feel one thing, I do love Versace Purom so much more than this. In terms of smell, nothing beats Versace Purom for me. That's the most masculine, fresh, neroli perfume. But when it comes to performance, it's a little bit weak. This stuff is not weak. This stuff, even in the new formulation, this is one of my newer bottles. My previous one also I used, that was great performance. So is this, okay? And more you keep a fragrance, like let's say 1 year, it will be a beastly performer in general. So Dylan Blue in general performs better than current version of Bloody Chanel, Dior Sauvage any day, right? Creamy blue, nice, sporty, fresh, sweet fragrance. Yeah, fruity, and it's a compliment getter. But I'll tell you one thing. Dylan Blue, when I saw it popping first, I did not think of it much. It was just another blue fragrance to me, and I was not very impressed. It was too simple, but sometimes simplicity works, okay? If you want to wear something like safe around like a crowd or public, and you don't want to be, looked at like, like how people look at you when you wear kuros, exactly opposite. So much better deal than other, like let's say blue fragrance like Sauvage or Blood Russian. No point buying those. Even YSL EDP, way overpriced now. This one 200 ml under $100, perfect. And I really feel bad because Versace is not targeting the right lines. They are making so many Versace Eros flankers. not really that great, to be honest. All the eroses except the red one and the new one, they are all like feel forgettable, so yeah, maybe you should think of dreamer, maybe menu fresh, make it like a more longer lasting version. Okay, just my 2 cents. Next one is number 5. This is, I think, the most expensive, one of the most expensive ones in this list. This is called Tom Ford Noire Extreme. This perfume is epic, epic, epic fragrance. This fragrance is like it sets apart like Tom Ford. There are few big fragrance in Tom Ford house. People usually think like the private blends are the ones to look at and they're the premium ones. No, this stuff, Black Orchid, and also Tom Ford Noir and Rasasi. These three should have been part of their expensive line because they are so great. They are not, these fragrances are not your typical general okay fragrance. This smells like quality. This smells like, creamier kulfi version of La Nuit de l'Homme, okay, which is a great OG as well, but this thing has better longevity as it's Tom Ford, and you let it sit in your collection for a while, 1 to 2 years, this is going to become beast. This is typical of Tom Ford. I never found any weak Tom Fords apart from the blue lines, okay, like the Portofino, Boudejot. No, Boudejot is good, but blue ones, right? So Tom Ford Noir Extreme is one of my favorite flankers. Next one is something I wore like last night. I didn't wear it that much, but I just like sprayed twice before I went to sleep because I was missing. Sometimes I do that. I miss winter. This is called Chman Pre. Sadly, this perfume is discontinued in my area. I don't know about you, but here it's selling for very, very pretty price, okay? And this is not cheap no more. This used to be only about within $60-65 tops, okay? And this is a flanker to CHMan OG. I do have the vintage OG somewhere there, CHMan, which is a good fragrance, sugar, leather, like sweet. This is the boozy sweetness, and this one has pomelo or something like a fruity note, as well as the sugary note, the whiskey, and the leather. This fragrance is one of the sexiest fragrance for men ever built, okay, because the opening is just so beautiful. And it's sad they didn't make a stronger version of Elixir or something like a darker take on it. If they made Chman Pre Elixir, that would sell like hotcake, So Cabernet Hair, I don't know what's up with them, but this is one of my favorite perfumes of all time, Chman Pre. Number 3 is a fragrance, it's actually very popular. Everybody loves this. There's just no doubt about it. People buy this and keep it a lot. This is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Prive. And I think they released maybe one more after this. I don't remember, but Reserve Prive, maybe EDP or something, like Givenchy Gentleman Society and Society EDP. So this perfume itself is a beautiful fragrance. This one, I call it hybrid of 2 fragrances, which are favorite of mine. One is Dior Intense / Valentino Uomo Intense plus pure malt in a way, but not really much similarity because of that boozy aspect, the whiskey, whatever, or what is there? Yeah, the boozy aspect which is in there, but as well as sweetness of iris. This fragrance is just stunning, stunning, stunning perfume with a great longevity. One of my favorite flankers from this line. I actually prefer the EDP more than this, but I'm showing this because this is more popular. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Prive. Number 2. Okay, let's have some coffee because early morning. Some of you say don't have coffee. Yeah, but I need coffee to wake up. Okay, so number 2, after a long time, this has been a community sweetheart for many years. This fragrance literally has no haters except some people who complain, oh man, the performance is so poor. Nowadays, yeah, performance is an issue, but I sometimes love some fragrance. I don't really care for their performance. This one lasts about 4 hours and a half or sometimes 5 hours on the shirt, but projection wise, it's not so much. This one is Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP. I absolutely will tell you one thing. This fragrance is one of the best smelling perfumes in my last 10 years of journey. Whenever I need to feel like, I want to smell some beautiful grapefruit, amber, like the tobacco, tropical fruit punch, that sort of feel. Sweet, at the same time warm, sexy. This is the smell, I do love the original for summer, the Dolce & Gabbana one, but the EDP I wear in winter. This is my number 2 pick, one of my favorite flankers of all time. Last but not least, this is one new bottle that I bought. I finished my previous one. I had about 10-20 ml. I sold off as a partial, but I was craving for it since this is summer and I need a good performer. This is a loud fragrance, by the way. Cedrat Boise Intense by Mancera. The OG Cedrat Boise was my favorite. When I bought this, that was my second or third Mansera. This one, the smell is just exact, almost same, but more juicy and more prominent leather on dry down, and the pineapple, lemon, bergamot, whatever the combination, or black currant. So this thing, maybe some people say there's oud in there. I never found any oud, but woody, woody leather. Imagine like a sweet, fruity, like very strong, jammy fruitiness. This one is juicy, very beautiful, and the longevity is very impressive in high heat. Sometimes I need good performer. This is a good performer. This one is not very crazy, like unique or complex like any other fragrance. But if you like Aventus, this is so much better deal than Aventus for me. Okay, I'm not saying this is a dupe of Aventus or Hachivat or anything. They all have their places, but this one, for instead of buying $450 Aventus Absolute, get this or test it at least. 120 mil, so much more value. $70-$80 for a tester, unbeatable price. Okay, so Cedrat was intense by Mansera. That's the niche. I think only one today. And the Middle Easterns are considered sometimes niche. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Let's see if I can do a morning thoughts and then we'll upload it together. Take care.